if there's a topic or something.
Okay, yeah, I saw all that, okay.
Thing is you get the,
Looks like it's good.
So, and then I rent.
new attendees meetings, and then they'll tell you where to go to get the matches.
Okay, okay.
And then you're.
No, right.
So I should plan on being down there at that 8 o'clock in the morning one. Okay,
It was interesting to get.
okay.
Really interesting.
He wasn't sure, it sounded like maybe he was.
Kurt, are we on? Audio is up, we're on, and it's 5:30. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Please join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming on this cold night. And I want to remind everyone, our mission is to encourage everyone to see and be their personal best through successful learning experiences. Become your best. And now I need to adopt the agenda and consent agenda as an order of business, with the identification of any items be taken off for separate discussion.
I move we adopt the agenda and consent agenda as the order of business.
All right, and with that, I need a second.
Second.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. All right, now we need to consider approval of the consent agenda as adopted, to approve the minutes from December 17th, 2024 Board of Education meeting, to approve the financial report for the period of July 1, 2024 through December 31st, 2024, and to approve bills for the period of December 1 through December 31st, 2024, in the amount of $2,156,392.85.
Make a motion, we accept the consent agenda as adopted.
Second.
All in favor, say yes.
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 All right, Board District Leadership Strategic Planning, Legislative Update, Scott.
All right, good evening, everybody. Excuse me. Area superintendents met with our legislators yesterday morning in Sheboygan. All three of our legislators were present. They provided an update as the committees, are starting to be filled and things like that. So Lindy Brill shared that she's a part of the Education Committee and Mental Health and Substance Abuse Committee. Getting her feet wet, getting the lay of the land, and those types of things, but no significant updates with the work with those yet. Joe Sheehan, also on the Education Committee and Workforce Development Committee as well. They're already putting out, it looks like, 3 bills thus far. One of them, and one of Joe's passion points, it sounds like, is making sure our kids are eating for free, so increasing state funding and things like that in education for our kids. So he's been very active. And Devin LeMahieu, in more of a leadership role at the Senate level, he talked about formulating his team. They're going on a retreat to the Dells and things like that to get that team unified and rolling in one direction. Looks like February 8th, he said, is when they're targeting for the budget address to take place. So we'll know more, hopefully, at that point, for our planning purposes. Other things that were hot topics, Act 20 continues to be a hot topic. One of the interesting things is our universities and other institutions are providing that Act 20 training for teachers, prospective teachers that are coming out. However, they're not certified through that training. We still have to certify them locally, so it's a little redundant, and there's a lack of clarity as to what that process can and should look like. So they're working through those types of things. Special education funding continues to be a hot topic. That's one of those drums that's continually beat. Again, we're funded at 34% or so. We would like to see that percentage significantly higher, so we continue that unified message. And that's about it as far as that legislative update.
Is your sense that the funding for special ed, that they're listening, they understand the need, and,
It seems like everybody's listening to that, and it's real easy to become fragmented as you request various things from the state from a funding perspective, but this is a unified message on both sides of the aisle. So, again, I remain cautiously optimistic. I hope I'm not jinxing anything by saying that, but I think many of us are.
good. Any other questions? All right, we'll move on then. Designation of available spaces for regular and special education, open enrollment, and you told us all about it, right? And the committee of the whole.
As we talked at our committee of the whole meeting, the administrative recommendations are as follows. There will be unlimited availability for regular education students to open enroll in the Plymouth School District in all grade levels for the 25-26 school year. It has also been determined that due to the caseload and workload considerations, there are no seats available in any special education services in grades early childhood through grade 12. There is no space available for speech, occupational therapy, physical therapy, or third-party services of vision, hearing impaired, and orientation and mobility for all grade levels. So here are some other notes that we have to make because if people apply to come in, we have to apply these practices. So the resident school district is responsible for the screening of a child to determine if there is reasonable cause to believe that the child has a disability, and that should be done prior, that evaluation should be done prior to participating in that open enrollment process. When a child who is attending the district under open enrollment is referred for special education evaluation. The other night when I was talking with you, this would be like a student who comes into the district under a general education seat, okay? But there is concern that there may be a need for an evaluation and to determine if they are special ed. Our district will comply with that and with all requirements consistent with Individuals with Disability Education Act and state law. And if it is determined that they are then found to have a disability and in need of special education, the resident school district would write that IEP, and the student, if they wanted those services, would need to return to the resident school district. We also have two more bullets, and then we're done here. So the district will provide an appropriate educational program to implement the IEP of a child attending school under full-time open enrollment. So what this applies to is we have some students who are here earlier before we closed our seats that are here and came in with a special ed seat. This is to note that if they would have a different need, something happens and we would have to re-meet and do a review of the IEP, if we do not have the service they require, then they would have to seek that service from their resident district. And then the final bullet is a student who is currently attending school with established residency. So this is somebody who lives in our school district, but if they move out of the school district, so no longer being a resident, in that current school year, they're going to apply for a tuition waiver. That is just how the law works, and we will help support them in doing that. But then for the upcoming year, if they wanted to return to our district, being a non-resident, they would have to apply for open enrollment. And then whatever policy that we have that year when they apply is how we would, fulfill the policy or act on that policy. But it's important to note here, because this is what most families want to know if they move out of our district, is there any guarantee that they will be accepted? And we do not have a guarantee that they would be approved for that. So those are what I highlighted here for you. These are the same recommendations we have made. This is the third year. These have not changed at all, based on where we are at with our caseload and workload review.
Okay. Do we have to have approval on this?
Yeah.
All right.
The recommendation of approval of open enrollment spaces as presented by administration.
Okay. So I need a motion to approve the recommendation.
Make a motion, we approve the recommendation for available spaces for regular and special ed open enrollment for the school year of 2025-26.
And a second? Was that?
Second.
Oh, okay. So any other discussion? All right, hearing none. All in favor, say yes.
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 Opposed? All right. Thank you, Ann, for your work on that. All right, moving on, finance, buildings and grounds, facilities update. Scott?
In Sally's absence, I'll take this, but certainly Dan, Dina, Amy, feel free to chime in as well. The Facilities Committee met on January 9th. A lot of updates. Some of the primary things we discussed, reminder air handlers being installed at the high school in June. It's going to be a significant project. The other significant project this summer is the Horizon entrance that we are working on. Both of those projects are in line to be completed as spec'd out. Over winter break, we did some updating to our art room, replacing lights with LEDs. Made a significant difference in Mr. Krippendorf's area. It's night and day difference. Additionally, there is a sink that is centrally located within the facility. To say it's used a lot would be an understatement, but it's in need of being replaced, and that is a custom job. That project also has been moving forward, and we're excited about that one as well, as are the kids and Mr. Krippendorf. Sticking with the LED theme, as we replace lights throughout the building, Sam's working diligently to make sure that we're replacing lights with LED fixtures to make sure it's as efficient as possible. And also, the Riverview cafeteria, we need to update the lighting in there as well with LED lighting. That'll be a summer project. They're obviously higher ceiling, we're talking lift and things like that. Sam may not be available depending on the timing of that, because he may be working on the Horizon entrance at that time, teaming it with other subs. But regardless, if that's the case, then we may sub out the work for replacing those fixtures or those lights in Riverview's cafeteria. Anything that I missed? Okay. Questions then?
No?
Okay.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, B, approval of the acceptance of the 2023-2024 audit report. Amy presented this. We've all had time with the audit report. Are there any? Amy, you did clarify in the email. You want to just go over that real quick on the grant piece, or in the capital grants?
Yeah, that dollar amount was the amount that is set up, it was set up as a receivable for the turf project that year.
Okay.
And then I just clarified in the email that it's not a grant, those funds are a donation, but on that financial statement, it's just listed as a grant.
That's how it was stated.
Mhm.
Okay, right. So, all right, any other questions for Amy regarding the audit report? All right, we need approval of that. I need a motion to approve the acceptance of the audit.
Make a motion to approve the 23-24 audit report.
I'll second.
All in favor, say yes.
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 All right, thank you, Amy. And then we need to consider gifts and corresponding budget adjustments. Scott?
Yeah, again, we're very blessed to be in a very generous community, receiving a lot of support, so we would request that the board consider the following gifts and budget adjustments. First one, a donation of $300 from True North, which was money generated from pay at the pump. Second, an anonymous donation of $30,000 to address student mental health needs and support district promotion. And finally, a donation of 120 poinsettias for each staff member at the high school at the holidays.
So I need a motion to accept these gifts and the corresponding budget adjustments.
I'll move that we approve the donations and gifts and the corresponding budget adjustments.
Second.
All in favor, say yes.
Yes.
Yes. And thank you for those donations. Item 9, period of public participation. Did anyone sign up? No. Okay. Item 10, board liaison reports, community ed. Sally?
I do have an update.
Oh, yeah, Sally's
In her stead.
Sally?
Yeah, our community ed folks jumped in, so I'll share some of the highlights that we have coming up. First of all, for our school-age kids, family rock climb and pickleball. Climb the indoor rock wall at Riverview and play pickleball together. This is offered February 8th and March 8th. Again, additional information on our website and focus on community ed. Additionally, swim lessons, levels 1 and 2 are full, but there's still room in levels 3 through 6, and those lessons begin February 22nd. For middle schoolers, lifting, bigger, faster, stronger. An athletic-based physical training program begins next week, and tennis, open play, a new chance for grades 6 through 8 to work with Riverview tennis coach. This begins February 1st. And finally, for our preschoolers, music and movement, ages 2 through 4, explore different ways to move to the beat, begins February 3rd. And Friday Playgroup, a chance to interact with other families, starts next one is February 7th. So again, winter season, it might be dark, it might be cold, but a lot of good stuff going on for our kids.
Thank you, Sally by Scott. That's, appreciate that. Foundation, Janelle.
Yes. The Education Foundation met earlier this month on January 8th, and there's a lot of exciting things happening there. It's a reminder that all the regular scholarships, the applications are due from the students by January 31st, and there are 3 new scholarships this year. There's one in courtesy of, or in favor, in honor of the Chris Helmer family. So there's Chris Helmer's family and 2 other alumni. There's David John Peters, has a Never Give Up scholarship that's been created in his name, and Bill Lamer's Memorial Scholarship's been created. We also have exciting news that the Foundation has been kind of brainstorming on how can we help more students, and if you follow along on social media, that they are creating a new scholarship for students in high school that will help, we can help fund their dual credit courses for the high school. So we're getting more bang for your buck. If you take a college credit course here in the high school, we'll help supplement that fee so more families can hopefully attend to the dual credit courses here in the high school. So we're working through the application process. Currently, over this past year, there was like 800 students, but many students are in multiple classes, across 37 of the dual credit classes that we offered, and 14 teachers are involved in that. But the students themselves are spending over $115,000 to attend our dual credit courses in the high school this year. So we're creating the scholarship to hopefully open that opportunity to more students, and more details will be coming on that. So,
very cool.
And to get involved, we're having our big fundraisers. Every 2 years, they try to do a big fundraiser. So we have the Music Bingo Night on February 22nd here in the Plymouth PAC. So there will be flyers around, but sign up, join in the fun, and help support our students. So the foundation's excited. This dual credit scholarship, that's purely run by the school district, so it won't be other families chipping in. We're going to hopefully raise and funnel that and help directly to help the students. So we appreciate the
Great idea.
guidance.
Yes,
Mhm.
that's
So,
wonderful.
thank you.
All right, thanks, Janelle.
You're welcome.
And finally, Family Resource Center, Kathy.
A lot going on at the Family Resource Center. They continue to have their regular events, the Biddy Book Club, on Tuesdays at Mead Library, Tiny Tots Playgroup on Thursdays at the Plymouth Public Library, Bring Your Own Baby on Tuesdays at Mead. Those are not every week, but if you visit the website, it'll give you dates and times. Some of the special or upcoming events, there is a Sensational Babies infant massage class. It's a 5-week series starting February 6th. These are Zoom classes, and you need to register for those, so you can go onto the website and register. They're also holding a Bodies and Boundaries Parent Cafe series. It's a series for parents and caregivers on how to protect and talk to children regarding body safety and awareness. It's 3 Thursdays in February 13th, the 20th, and the 27th at Generations. There's a free family meal with these, free childcare, and a free gas card, one per family. The whole event is free, but you must register. So you can go onto the website to register. There's also a positive parenting discussion on February 3rd, and that is, the topic is dealing with disobedience. That's at the Lake Country Academy. Again, it's free, but you have to register. And finally, Kids in the Kitchen, a virtual dinner-making event, February 25th from 5 to 6:30. Again, it's free, but you must register, and all the information is on the Family Resource Center of Sheboygan County website. That's it.
All right, thank you, Kathy. Moving on, personnel, Scott. Support staff?
Yeah, just update regarding support staff. Again, this doesn't require action, but just want to make sure the board is updated. Craig Weinkatz, custodian at Fairview Elementary School, has submitted his retirement. Craig has been with the district for 3 years. Kim Winkler, custodian at Riverview Middle School, has submitted her resignation. Kim has been with the district for 3 years. Hope Hefter, custodian at Plymouth High School, has submitted her resignation. Hope has been with the district for 4 years. Nicole Backus has been hired as an assistant cook at Plymouth High School, and Alexis Kerr has been hired as a cook and server at Plymouth High School. And last month, I failed to mention someone that really needed mentioning, so I'm going back in time a little bit here. Dawn Hall retired after 32 years of service to the district in various capacities. Started at Parnell 32 years ago, finished at Riverview as a special education aide. And, you know, when you think of someone who has served that long with that many students, one can only imagine how many families and kids that Dawn, in this case, impacted along the way. So she's excited doing some traveling and things like that, but certainly going to be missed.
Absolutely. Thanks, Scott. Moving on, President's report. So tonight, you know, we've talked a lot about certain areas where we really want to concentrate as a district. Special ed being a primary area, and we've challenged Ann a little bit with, you know, how else should we be looking at it? What other things should we do? We've looked at early childhood as well and challenged Carrie and about what else can we do in our programming early childhood and understanding the impact of all of that. And we challenge people to look at these other areas and just look differently. And not that we have any of the answers. We just want to know, you know, what else should we as a board be thinking? And as we bring these items up, it's our motivation to just keep bringing this district up, making this the district that people want to be. And that's, as a board, that's what we're after. So hopefully the staff all understands when we raise these questions and when we challenge people that we're doing it because we want to do the right thing as a board. We want to know where should the funding be and where do we need to concentrate the limited resources that are there. So please understand that that's how this board wants to operate, is we want the ideas. We want to know what are the things that we could maybe do and those things that could be different. And recently, a quotation was thrown at me, and it just has stuck with me, and it kind of fits, and I was just going to share it tonight, but it's Ernest Hemingway. And Ernest Hemingway, his quote was, "The shortest answer is to do the thing." Oftentimes, I think we get caught up in trying to analyze everything, and then no action occurs. And I think this is, I don't know, it just resonates with me that we should do the thing, right? So I encourage everyone that experiment. Let's try something different and do the thing, and that, I think, will get answers faster, and let's not be afraid to maybe make a misstep along the way. So anyway, that's my message for this evening. And with that, Scott, it's you.
All right. Student recognitions, student and staff. We've got a few things here. Mrs. Simak over at Riverview shared that 4 Riverview students were selected to work with composer and conductor Chris Manu at the Wisconsin Choral Directors Association All-State Middle Level Choir in Appleton. Brinley Baltus, Corbin Deppes, Cameron Mabey, and Morgan Struve sang along with 130 middle schoolers from across the state in the 2-day workshop. So kudos to all 4 of those middle schoolers. Mr. Krippendorf here at PHS shared congratulations to Brooklyn Birsch. She received MyAd's Renewable Dean Recognition Scholarship for the 25-26 school year, worth $19,000 each year for up to 4 years.
Wow.
The committee stated, and I don't understand all of this, but I'm going to relay it to everybody. The committee stated that her portfolio showed tremendous creative skill and ambition and demonstrated intelligent drawing sensibilities and thoughtful use of narrative. So, congrats to Brooklyn. That's fantastic. And Todd Williams, business education teacher here at Plymouth High School, has been selected by the Governor's Council on Financial Literacy and Capability to receive the Governor's Financial Literacy Award for 2024. They are planning an award ceremony at the State Capitol Building in early 2025. I believe Todd is thinking it's going to be April for that. So congratulations to Todd. He was tickled. Upcoming events. A lot of planning already for next year and getting ready to transition kids and welcome kids next year. Our 3K open house is February 6th from 4 to 5 o'clock at Horizon. Again, a chance for those kids to meet their future teachers, see their future spaces and classrooms, and generate that excitement for parents as well, obviously. 4K Info Night is that same night, but it's a little bit later. Doors open at 5:30, and then it actually starts, the presentation starts at 5:45, in case there's anybody who has to attend both of those. Again, for 4-year-olds that turn before September 1st, making sure that they get to meet their future teachers in classroom spaces as well. And then lastly, here at the high school, we have our 8th grade information night. That's the 27th, which is this coming Monday in the auditorium. Again, a great night for the kids to learn about what's high school looking like, what do classes look like, what does a credit mean, what are the extracurricular activities and opportunities for kids here. So it's amazing how quickly we turn that page and start looking to next year, but we're already there.
Yeah, wow. Too soon, it seems.
Yeah.
All right. All right, and with that, item 15, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say yes. Yes. Opposed? This meeting's adjourned. Thank you all for coming.